Number one, I think this is so powerful and we often forget, but being a role model is key. And it's not just from a teaching someone else point of view, but psychologically, if you look at someone that you look up to and you see them doing something that they enjoy and that they're getting benefit from, we naturally want to copy what they're doing. So this is a case of monkey see, monkey do, but also be the change that you want to see. When you first start on your journey, you might feel like you need to justify what you're doing or explain to people what you're doing. But I think the key to begin with, and this is from a family point of view, a friendship point of view, or even your workmates, first of all, you just have to do it. And then when they start seeing the results, then they're actually going to start asking you what you're doing and start asking you for advice. And I think it's the same in the home. So if you're doing something, you're enjoying it and you're seeing the results, then the people around you are going to be like, I want some of that. So with Dave, my partner in particular, his kids like having liquid meals because he's having a liquid meal. So they'll be like, Daddy, I want some, I want some. So quite often it's a case of just you start to do it first, enjoy it, if you genuinely are enjoying it and you're genuinely committed to it, then the people around you will look at you and be like, man, I want some of that. So when it comes to kids, would you expose your children to the same meals you're eating? And if the answer is yes, then eventually they're going to start pinching your food. That's how you know you've got a good diet. If no one in the house wants to pinch your food, your diet sucks. There's a little hint. Alienation. So alienation is when, if I use an example, the mum is doing a certain diet, so she has to make food for herself, and then she makes a different food for everyone else in the family. So she can't sit with the family and have what they're having. That's one form of alienation. So cooking different meals at dinner time, because that stuff is not sustainable. And what does that say about what the mum is eating? If the mum wouldn't have the kids eating what she's eating, what does it say about what she's eating? That it's not nutritious enough, it's not filling enough. What is that saying? This is why kids listen with their eyes, so they'll watch what the people around them are doing. And even if they don't necessarily want to copy or say that they are, naturally they'll start mimicking what they can see happening around them. And that's why support network is key as well. So do the people around you support you? Sometimes it's a case of having those awkward conversations with your loved ones, with your friends, with your workmates. Might be asking to move the biscuit tin in the tea room at work. Having a support system is key, because then what you're doing is you're just removing the friction again. You're making it easier for you to stay on track, because then when you start seeing the results that you want, you're going to enjoy it more. And then the people around you are going to want to do more of it as well. This is why it's always key to work as a team. So sometimes people say to me, how do I get so-and-so on board? Like, how do I get my partner on board? How do I get so-and-so on board? My answer to that is always first, be the change you want to see. Because first people ask why you're doing it. But if you're committed to it, then eventually they're going to ask you how. So if they haven't asked you how yet, maybe you just haven't been doing it long enough for them to see a result. So always let your results do the talking first. Enjoy it. And because here we're just focused on health. So eventually you're going to be a product of your own actions. And then that's when people actually start coming in and asking you what you're doing and why. When it comes to kids though, it's really important to keep it simple for them and fun. So getting them involved with little things like stimulating with new tastes, new textures, new smells, engaging with simple tasks. It might be something as small as letting them put the lids on the containers, letting them participate. And I understand that when you get kids involved, what it can mean is that the process takes like 4 times longer, because they make a mess, they ask a million questions. But what it's doing for them psychologically is it's giving them agency, it's giving them power, it's giving them a feeling that they are participating. Because if they have participated in the process, they're actually more likely to want to try the food as well. So from a psychological point of view, it actually makes them excited to try new things. Meal construction for kids is pretty much the same as adults. So they still need good proteins, they still need good carbs, they still need good fats. But you need to make the calories and the carbs count. So what that means is kids have got a naturally fast metabolism because their body is still growing. So keeping the food simple, lots of little packets of often like the tiny little containers or the tiny little Ziploc bags in the bottom of the fridge with easy things for them to eat, so they can grab out nuts, fruit sticks, boiled eggs. And as they go through growth spurts, they're going to be hungrier more times than others. Leaving their creativity open for them and knowing that some days they're going to be hungrier than others, but having all that stuff available for them just makes it more fun. So if they have easy access to biscuits and cakes, and then they also have access to healthy meals, they're going to choose the biscuits and the cakes. It doesn't mean that you can't have that stuff there, but you want to have the healthy meals readily accessible for them, like in the bottom row of the fridge. They're still going to grab what is close by. So we still want to do the purge, pillage, and replace. We don't want to ban treats though, we just want to remove easy proximity. So all the treats go in the top cupboard. Always making sure that those better choices are available and making sure that the healthy choices are visually appealing. Never underestimate the power of colourful plastic plates and, colourful knives and forks, and making a face on their plate with the boiled eggs and the carrot sticks, for example. Little things that make it fun. Meal regularity. So research shows family habits play a critical role. Family meal regularity promotes better choices. At least one meal together each day. Structure breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then all the other small meals around that. Clear choices and flexibility with snacks in between. Here's an important one. Man salads, which anyone can eat. Man salad is just a nickname. But I want you to think about salad as something that is just going to build your metabolism. So when we use the word salad, people often think about lettuce and tomato, which is not filling, is rabbit food, and it's diet food. So a man salad is something that anyone can have, but it's basically a hearty salad. So forget lettuce leaves and rabbit food. You can turn salads into an actual meal, okay? So you can add taste, you can add texture, you can add crunch, you can add color. You can add chunky vegetables, you can add legumes, you can add fruits, nuts, seeds, and meats. So when you go through those recipe packs, you'll often notice that the salads are crunchy. They have color, they have texture, they have variety. This is how you can get the family to eat more salad, because again, habits beat intentions. We hear the word salad, we think diet food. We think like the garnish that you get next to your meal when you order in a restaurant. The thing that's in a bowl that you never eat. But a salad can be very, very filling by adding boiled eggs, by adding nuts, by adding crunchy chicken. There are so many ways that you can make a salad filling.